The northern highlands of Ethiopia are a place of uncommon beauty. By midsummer, mescals, the yellow daisies that grow here, have carpeted the ground. Virtually no patch of land, no matter how hilly, has gone uncultivated or has not been grazed. Over centuries, the topsoil has been washed away, despite vain attempts at preservation by terracing. Ethiopia's population is growing at a rate that neither the economy nor the land can sustain. 3/4 of the country's 74 million people live in rural towns and villages. The average Ethiopian woman will bear more than 5 children. For most women, it will be a hard life of subsistence farming. Along the roads, you see them, trudging off to the market to sell wood, fetching water, or joyfully crushing dried tea leaves for a big wedding. Most likely, the bride is no more than a girl. In the Amhara region, 40% of young girls are married by the age of 15 or younger. The groom may be in his late teens or early 20s. The brides are small, stunted by years of work and undernourishment, which leads to one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the world. Those who survive childbirth are sometimes permanently damaged, suffering tears that lead to a constant and embarrassing leakage of urine and feces. The lucky ones are treated at places like the Addis Ababa Fistula Hospital. Ethiopia's Minister of Health, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, has undertaken a large-scale family planning program that relies on local women and men to educate their neighbors about the benefits of birth control.
The rural farmers actually know more than what we do on issues that concern them. They know more, and they are very smart. So they told us the problem, they told us the solution.
The challenges are daunting in a country where women have little say and the fate of young girls is determined by men. In the last decade, the minimum age for marriage has been raised to 18. 37-year-old Dirb Wubet Abebe was married when she was 13. She has already lost 4 children because she could not produce milk. She gave birth to this child, a son, after she stopped using contraceptives because she thought she had entered menopause.
If I'm strong enough, I just want to bring up this one. I don't want any more babies.
Religion is a powerful and conservative force in Ethiopia, a country almost evenly made up of Christians and Muslims. Lalibela is famous for monolithic churches that were built in the medieval ages. The church's caretakers are influential in the community, and when they say there's nothing wrong with children marrying, local people are likely to listen. But Abba Gebrehana Tadessa, a monk in the town of Desi, says that is not the position of the church.
The Bible says Adam was married to Eve at the age of 30. Adam was 30 and Eve was 15. But the church supports the government's 18 is an appropriate age for marriage.
He also finds birth control acceptable, but the patriarch of the church, His Holiness Abun Paulus, says the church is against such man-made methods.
The mother, after she gave birth to a baby, she should feed him with her breast. That's a natural way of doing it. This is the church's approval.
Family planning clinics throughout Ethiopia are crowded with young people who have come to get reproductive services and test and counseling for HIV and AIDS. In one, on a wall, a poster cautions that getting married without being tested for HIV first is like stepping off a cliff blindfolded. A 19-year-old newlywed has come for injected contraceptives. She says she and her husband don't want a family until they can support one. Her mother's life was hard, she says, because she had a lot of children. Change in a world where more than half of the population is illiterate comes slowly. In the Inessa village, Natnesh Manala, a 3rd grader, has dreams of becoming a doctor. Despite the new laws, her parents want her to marry by the age of 12. In their world, it's a disgrace if she isn't. The Inessa village governing group is coming to terms with the new rights of women, grudgingly. Litsi Ejigu, the leader of a women's group in the village, has tried to impress upon them that women have rights too. She says the men in the village say she spends a lot of time talking. Perhaps, but women are listening. Her daughter Benta's life will be different, she says.